Hello and welcome to Mystery Us. I'm Tony Pratt, your host for Mystery Us, and today on Mystery Us we've got Mystery Us music, and our musical guest is Timmy King, lead singer for King's Landing. Welcome to Mystery Us, Timmy.
It's great to be here, buddy. It's an honor.
Yeah. Now, Timmy, you began your musical journey at the age of 9, and you were a drummer for a gospel group called the Salvation Singers.
Mm-hmm.
And then later became lead singer for another gospel group, the Gateway Boys. All right. Then in high school, something went terribly wrong, and all of a sudden you had a rock band called the Sons of Thunder.
Right.
Now, and that was before King's Landing was formed and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and you later formed King's Landing with some friends of yours. And can you just kind of tell me about that? Walk us through that little part of it.
Well, music has always played a big role in my life. Even as a little kid, you know, me and my brother and cousins, we would go in the garage and film, you know, us playing air guitar and things like that to music, like we were shooting live videos. And then I was a drummer, and in high school, I broke my hand playing football.
Ouch.
So that sidelined me from playing drums, so I turned to singing vocals.
Very
and then
cool.
just formed King's Landing.
Now there's 4 members of the band King's Landing.
Mhm.
Your logo is like this really cool looking, I mean, I don't know if it's gothic or heavy metal, or it's a wild looking cross, and it's got 4 stars on each one
Right.
of them for each band member.
Right.
How did you come up with that?
We actually had a company out of Michigan do it for us. They did it for free, and we wanted to have the cross in it as the Western kind of theme to stick with the country roots, but also the background's kind of rock style, so that's rock country music.
Right, plus the gospel. I mean,
Mhm.
you've got the cross there.
Right.
Now, King's Landing is not like any other kind of country group out there, really. I mean, the music behind it is incredible. I don't know. It blends classic country, modern country, heavy metal, blues. I mean, it's got. How do you mix all that stuff? And
When we started out, we wanted to be something different, and you know, something that you don't hear on the radio every day. So we took lyrics from like a Johnny Cash song to music from a Jason Aldean song, and mixed it with a little Metallica or, you know, something like that to just give the audience something new.
well, it all sounds right. Your new CD is called Southern Fried, and that's the title song of the CD. I'm still calling them albums. Dating myself. Can we zoom in on? There we go. Southern Fried, and it's got the rebel flag there and a cross and all the rebel stars. Now, Southern Fried is kind of your overall theme of the band, right? I mean, it's kind of like that's where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's our roots.
Even though y'all are up in Ohio.
Right, we're from a big city, and it's very hard for a country band in that era. So that's one reason we tried to mix with rock to give something to the Dayton crowd, I guess you should say, which isn't big for country.
Right.
So we have to, you know, go out of state and everything to make a name for ourselves.
Although I think you guys got enough rock and roll mixed in there to just about satisfy anybody. Speaking of which, the first song on this CD is called "What's New." It's a pretty wild song.
Yeah, it's different.
Some of the lyrics, it's now even though I guess your band is religiously based, or your roots are religiously based.
Right.
Started out with all the gospel and everything, but this song is talking about you've met up with a girl that is she an old flame or?
She is, and she came into some money and was able to afford new body parts, should I say. And
I see.
we actually wrote it for an artist like Trey Sackins or something, you know, with the honky tonk badonka donk. And
Right.
but we wrote it off a scene from American Idol where Kelly Pickler came back and Ryan Seacrest told her, he's like, I was going to ask you something, but he's like, but I already see what's new. And that's where we got the basis for that song.
Yeah, I love the music on that song is just, I don't know, the only word I would say is psychedelic. I mean, it's like just Jimi Hendrix sounding, but yet it is country.
Right.
The lyrics and you sounds country, and it's got that country feel and everything.
I think we're a rock band with a country singer.
Rock band with a country
That's the way we see
singer.
it. And I worked with some people here in Nashville, some you know, that has told me you're country music with attitude.
Right,
and
country music with attitude.
That has stuck with us ever since.
Yeah, and my dad worked with you a little bit,
right.
And he came up with that country music with attitude
he
slogan
did.
for you. And you worked with Tom Pick over at Merritt Studios and everything, and they're really cool over there. Tom Pick's a guy who produced all of Elvis's music in Nashville, not the Memphis stuff, of course, but Elvis came to Nashville and recorded a couple of times. But let's go ahead and listen to a little bit of your song, What's New? Let everybody hear a bit of it.
I recognized, so I turned around and stared her down. It was much to my surprise. There was one thing that was different about this girl that I once knew. I take that back, there wasn't one thing, man, there were two. I said, girl, you got that same sweet smile. I remember when we used to go a while. Hell, I must have been crazy to ever lose someone like you. Now I'm seeing two big reasons why there's no need to ask what's new. Well, I tried to be polite, but it's hard not to stare. And I held my breath when she asked me if I'd like to see her pair. A cowboy boot she had just been bought at the country western store. I laughed and said, I know that I've done told you once before, but girl, you got that same sweet smile. I remember when we used to go a while. Hell, I must have been crazy to ever lose someone.
Now, I take it you didn't get back with this girl, right?
No, no, sir.
She had changed.
That's when I'm Gone comes on, which is the next song.
Right.
It's also a this guy and girl gets together, and you know he's wanting to play music so bad, and she's always complaining that he's not going to go nowhere. He's just a dreamer.
Yeah.
So he gets out and starts walking the road, and ends up, you know, playing music and making a name for himself.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and hear a little bit of When I'm Gone.
We were 17 in a broken SUV, stranded on the back road, sitting in the summer heat. I remember hearing you were getting sick of things, sick of getting nowhere, sick of holding on to me. Well, I think I did the best thing I could do. I walked those miles and got as far as I could get from you. When I'm gone and so far away, I know that I couldn't waste another day of my life and holding on to you. I pray this road I'm on won't lead me back to you.
Very cool. Now, King's Landing, your band has played to some pretty large crowds, opening for some of Nashville's biggest acts like David Allan Coe, Travis Tritt. I've worked security for Travis Tritt before. And Justin Moore, John Michael Montgomery, Daryl Worley, David Frizzell, Mel McDaniel, T.G. Shepard, Rebecca Lynn Howard. Most recently, Buddy Jewell, Justin Moore, and the Kentucky Headhunters. Tell me anything about any of those gigs that you can remember.
All great gigs, huge crowds, and you know, when we would leave that show, our fan base would just get bigger. And we've actually, we dedicated this album to David Allan Coe. He's a real good friend of ours. Anytime he's in town or close, we have the opportunity to open for him. Justin Moore, great guy. He was sick, running 103 temperature, went out there and put on one of the best shows I've ever seen. And just being able to mingle with them and, you know, strike up a friendship means the most to us.
Absolutely. And I think Travis Tritt's a pretty cool guy. I don't know if you got to really hang out with him or anything.
It was like 110 that day, and he stayed on the bus. So he's one of them we didn't get to hang out with.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't blame him for that.
No.
Now, King's Landing has been endorsed by the country clothing line Petrol Jeans Company, and also Bullhide Monte Carlo hats, and they feature the band in their catalog. Actually, they got pictures of you guys with the hats. Is that one of their hats? Or
this is it.
Is that it? Okay. And also Budweiser Wide Ride guitar straps, Klein pickups, Knucklehead guitar strings, Media ink tattoo. I mean, okay. Have you been also endorsed by Larry the Cable Guy? I mean, who hasn't endorsed you? And, do you? I know you got tattoos. Do the other band members have tattoos?
No, just me.
Just you.
I'm an artist, you know, an entertainer, and besides music, you know, every tattoo I have means something. Like, you know, Dream, which has to do with music. Believe has to do with music. Everything, and this is from a lyric that I wrote. It's just all music. You know?
That's like musical notes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
It's lyrics to a song I wrote. And
instead of barbed wire, you've got musical notes. Hey, that's much better.
And, you know, it's just one way to express my art of music.
Absolutely. And you guys mainly been playing in Ohio, Kentucky, Georgia, Mississippi, Virginia, Pennsylvania, which is a lot of places, Indiana, Tennessee. So you're kind of a regional band, and you've got a lot of fans, of course, on the internet as well. So you're worldwide as far as that goes. But what is coming up anytime soon for King's Landing?
We have some dates in Nashville, West Virginia again. But, you know, we want to get with somebody that can get us to the next level. You know, playing West Coast, anywhere and everywhere we can. We want to at least touch base in one state at least.
Right, and people can find out more information. Your website is, we'll have it up on the screen.
Yeah, actually, if you could just go to Facebook and type in Kings.Landing, there it'll have our tour schedule, videos, you name it, it's on there.
Okay, and I'll get your website up there too.
Okay.
Now, what's the weirdest or strangest thing that's happened to you out on the road when you've been playing these gigs?
Strangest?
Or nightmare stories or anything?
We were out in Oatman, Arizona, and you know, we had some time off, so we went to it was an old hotel, and they turned it into a museum. And you know, you go in there, see all the artifacts and everything, but you go upstairs to where the bedroom was, and you could just feel presence. The room gets real cold and curtains start moving. I look around and everybody is gone except me, and like there's nobody there breathing on me or anything. And it took me 5 seconds to get from upstairs to outside, and that's
very cool.
That's crazy.
I was actually just thinking in terms of, you know, strange things that musicians do or weird things that happen, because music itself is, and that's why it's one of the topics of Mystery Us, because music is a mysterious thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a process that you come together with these other people and you blend into a group, and it's especially difficult. Now, your next song on the CD is "Spend My Life with You." What's the origin of that song?
I was trying to write a song that any relationship can relate to, and I tried to touch every basis I could on this song, and it's been a hit. It's spent weeks on the radio, and people want it at their weddings, and it's just been an honor at all the support I've received over this one song here.
All right, well, let's hear a minute of it.
Saw her standing across the room, standing in the light of the moon. She smiled at me. After working up the nerve, I cleared my throat and walked to her, and I held my breath.
Very cool. So, King's Landing has landed in Nashville, and you're gonna be playing in Nashville. And what was the place you said you were going to play?
National Underground.
National Underground. That's on 2nd Avenue.
It's on Broadway. It's right
Broadway,
across
okay.
from Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, okay. Directly across from Hard Rock Cafe.
I don't know if it's new or not, but
Right.
you know, we've played a lot down on the Strip, and this is, you know, one of the newer venues that I've seen. And that is
When is that going to be?
April 6th, I believe.
Okay, April 6th. Now, the next song is the title song on the CD, Southern Fried. So let's hear a minute of that one.
Y'all ready for something southern fried? Let's get to cooking, boys. Yeah, I was raised on bacon and eggs, not fruit and granola bars. My coffee black and no Ford trucks, no lattes or fancy cars. These holes you see in my jeans are not designed, they're custom made. Just a little.
All right, now, Timmy King, King's Landing. Are you the only King in the group, or is there
I am.
another? You're no brothers, no.
Nope, just me. And you know, I'm not even the one that named the band, and I don't want everybody to think, oh, he, you know, had it named after him or something. But it wasn't me that did it, and it just stuck, and now we have a fan base built off of it.
Oh yeah, you guys. I noticed on your website you had a demographic kind of chart there that says that 76% of your fans are women, and that's who buys records. So that's good.
That's right.
And your average demographic, the 50% of your demographics are between the age of 25 and 45. Okay. Did you expect that to be the level? Or,
No,
I would've
not
thought it would've been
necessarily. Yeah, but in all honesty, we want to reach to everybody. You know,
Yeah,
anybody
sure.
and everybody we can. And you know, we're thankful for who we have following us.
Right.
I know you're going to cut this out because you're looking at that. Timmy also plays hockey, and the women want to know whether he's married.
Yes,
They want to know what?
Am I
Women want to
married?
know what?
Am I married?
Are you married?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And why do they care about? Why do they let trivialities concern them like
No
that?
kidding.
You can take the fifth or whatever.
And you play hockey.
I do. Yes, sir. I'm a goalie, and broke 2 helmets Sunday,
Wow.
which is not good. But I love it. It's always been a passion of mine, and besides music, you know, I go and play hockey just to spend time out with my friends, and another way to make my son proud.
How long ago did you start playing hockey?
Before I started music was, you know, I'd always watch hockey growing up and everything, and then we started playing like 10 years ago and gave it up because music started becoming very serious, and just picked it up as a downtime right now.
All right, so the next song is Good Old Days. What can you tell us about that one?
This song spent 13 weeks at #1 on country radio, internet, and it's about growing up in a small town, football games, girls, chasing dreams, you name it. We added it all in there.
All right, very cool. Let's hear it.
Let's go! Empty cans on the floorboard, stereo crank loud, and I'm all rusted out for burning up this town. 12 bucks between us. We got some beer and a pack of smokes.
Very cool. And the last song is called Neither One of Us. Tell me about that one.
This song is kind of a breakup song, but neither one of them knows how to say goodbye. It's plain and simple.
All right, well, let's hear the whole song. Squeeze it in there.
Can you give me just one more last chance to make you happy like we were when we were kids? Won't you give me just one more last word so I can say the right thing before you say what we both know you need to say? Neither one of us will ever be the people we once knew, yeah. Neither one of us will ever be the ones who say goodbye. Just a little more whiskey might do what I needed to do, so I can say the things I've longed to say to you. Don't you think we're just digging our heads into quicksand? We're both sinking so fast we can't see the truth. Neither one of us will ever be the people we once knew, yeah. Neither one of us will ever be the ones who say goodbye. Is there an easy way to start the end? Can I open my eyes? Can we stop this childish game we call pretend? Will we ever cross this old bridge that we travel daily? And with every word we're burning every inch. Neither one of us will ever be the people we once knew, yeah. Neither one of us will
beautiful. That's awesome. Now, how old is your little boy?
He's 10. He's not so little anymore.
Is he following
Growing
in
up.
your musical footsteps at all?
He always loves music, and even when we're just sitting around the house, he'll crank up the radio and just start singing. So I believe he is. He's following in my footsteps, just like I did with my dad.
Very cool. Does he play guitar or any instruments? Or?
Honestly, I believe if he sits down with any instrument, he could play it. He can keep a beat with drums. We got him a guitar last year for Christmas, so it's just a matter of time before he's out there playing himself.
Right. Yeah. How did you get started with the drums? I mean, you just like to bang on things, or?
Yeah. My brother had a set of drums, and one day I went out to the garage and started playing, and went and asked my pastor at church if he'd pray for my hands to be able to play, and it wasn't too long after that I started playing drums.
Now that is a mystery story right there.
Right.
Prayed and became able to play the drums.
Right.
That's amazing. And that kind of encouragement, you know, is really powerful, especially at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coming from an authority figure like your pastor, and
Right.
if he tells you you can do it, you can do
Right,
it.
right. It's all about believing.
Absolutely.
As I said, you know, I have faith, and that's what keeps me going.
Well, Timmy King, it's been a great pleasure to have you on
Absolutely.
Mystery
It's been
Us.
an
Thank
honor.
you so
Thank
much,
you
and
so
we look
much.
forward to seeing and hearing more from King's Landing. That's all for Mystery Us.
It was just the other day when I heard a voice I recognized. So I turned around and stared her down. It was much to my surprise. There was one thing that was different about this girl that I once knew. I take that back, there wasn't one thing, man, there were two. I said, girl, you got that same sweet smile. I remember when we used to go a while. Hell, I must have been crazy to ever lose someone like you. Now I'm seeing two big reasons why there's no need to ask what's new.